What's up, y'all? It's your boy Chance, and I know it's early in the morning, it's Saturday, but I was just actually sitting down watching something very interesting actually on YouTube. I was actually watching a Formula Drift competition for actually last year. It was actually the final drift run for the season of last year, leading up to this year's drift competition. When I seen this ad, and I'd seen it before. It's about a guy named Kong, and, and basically how he became huge on YouTube. So, just at random, I decided to click on it, and I can honestly say I'm glad that I did, because I was actually watching the video, and he actually explained how to become successful, as, a YouTuber, as a gamer, no matter what it is I'm doing, I can do it. So, since my retro gamer channel is not getting that much right now, I am putting that channel on the back burner, and I'm actually going to be re-upping an idea I had several years ago called Underground Gaming, where I do simple little gaming clips of me just doing random games, like whether it's like Forza Horizon 4, whether it's, say, like, Fortnite, or, PUBG, or even, like the Saints Row games, like I'll be doing like random, little gaming clips every day and stuff. So that will be in the works today. I will be starting that. Also, the third video for nuclear reaction is going to be out very soon. I actually wound up taking a break from that for now because like our power went out because of the weather, and it was pretty bad. But my brand new channel, Underground Gaming or Underground Gamer, is coming very, very soon, within the next few days. I'm actually going to be releasing it as an extension of one of my original channels. So you guys will be able to go there, check it out, subscribe. And all that I ask is that, when I do this channel, I do ask that you guys help me out, because I found something out. And not a lot of YouTubers know this, but as a professional YouTuber, all you need is 1,000 subscribers to actually make a real living. Like, people think that you need like 1,000,000 and something subs. No, all you need is like a couple thousand, and like 1 to 2,000 to make good solid money. So I will be shooting for 1,000, but first I have to start up the channel, and once I do, I want you guys to share it around like crazy. Share it to your mom, your dad, your aunt, uncle, neighbors, friends, anyone that you can share it to and get them interested to watch the videos. Definitely do so. And I also will be working on some merchandise for this new channel coming very, very soon. Yes, I have actually. I have looked into TikTok. I have seen some ads about that, and I definitely am checking that out. I was actually planning on checking it out later on today. Like, now that you mention it, I was actually planning on checking that out later on today, because I know like a bunch of friends of mine through YouTube, they do it. So I'll definitely be looking into that for sure. And I definitely will for sure, dude. Because I mean, I've got like a ton, of ideas for gaming. Because as you guys know, as far as like, obviously my main style for gaming is obviously racing, more specifically, within the realm of drifting. I've become very proficient with that over the years. I actually just run recently, actually last night, actually tonight, actually, well, last night now for you guys. I actually just wound up getting some real life pro drifters cars, like Ryan Turek and Von Gittin Jr. and a few others, really good cards, including Mad Mike's RX-7. So I will be ripping those. You guys can definitely expect some really good shit coming out with that. I also will be doing some crazy, insane stuff with Saints Row the Third. If you guys don't know, Xbox One just released Saints Row the Third for all Gold Pass and Game Pass members. So you guys will be able to pick that up. Definitely good to be back playing that again because I love the Saints Row games. Huge fan. And for those of you that don't know, today I will actually be getting $15. So if you guys do have GTA 5, let me know what your gamer tag is. Hit me up, and we can get it in on GTA 5, man. I'm definitely excited for this show. I'm excited to, put out, really good content like I used to do. If you guys don't remember my old channel, DK Customs, it did fairly well for a while and then just kind of died out due to, all the drama, the bullshit that was going on. It kind of went from being a gaming channel to where people just like to start dramas. So I kind of had to get rid of it. But Underground Gaming is coming very soon. You guys can expect it within like the next 1 to 2 days. Oh, definitely, dude. I definitely will be posting my music on there because, like, I know, like, a lot of people, they do enjoy my music. So, I will be, definitely checking that out. Because as I said, I did plan on checking out TikTok within the next few days or so. So I will be hitting that up. As a matter of fact, one of my songs actually did very well on YouTube alone. Um, it's actually a song that that everybody was kind of on the fence about, which was the song "Please Notice Me." That actually got over 500 and something views. So that one actually did very well. I did not expect it to go as viral as it did, considering the fact that I usually average about maybe like 20, 30, 40, 50 views. I wasn't expecting to have like 500. Like, that was incredible. And that right there is probably my most viewed, song to date. Because, it's one that a lot of people really enjoyed. And I do plan on doing more stuff like that. I do plan on making a music video for that. I'm just not sure when because I have this idea for it and I kind of need to get together with some friends and work something out. And so, there will be a music video for that in the very near future for you guys that do like that song, that do listen to that song on a daily basis. And I hate to say it, dude, but I am actually an Xbox One guy. And the reason why I'm with Xbox One is because, first and foremost, obviously, I'm a racer. That's the gaming style that I prefer. Like, I'm a major racer. And the reason, and I'm not being biased when I say this, but there's a lot of reasons why people need to go over. Like, I'm not saying that PS4 ain't good because it really is. I fuck with PS4 all the time. I grew up on Gran Turismo, all the old school PlayStation games. I grew up on those. But there's a reason why, and this is a pure fact, there's a reason why Xbox is actually doing better at this time than PS4. And it's because Xbox is porting in old school classic games that a lot of us grew up on as kids, like the Saints Row games. They're bringing back, they actually just recently brought back the Banjo and Tooie series, Banjo Kazooie, and all of those games from N64. They got all the Mega Man series. They just dropped the brand new Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. They got a lot of really good classic games that you wouldn't think would be on Xbox, but they are. So, I mean, like I said, I'm not being biased. I'm just saying, like, as far as content goes, Xbox does have the upper hand right now over PS4 because Xbox is constantly doing stuff. They're constantly evolving. They're constantly, making new games, putting stuff out. Like Amazon just released their first Xbox One based game, which I actually got to play a little bit of before things with my now ex friend Devin Marlowe went bad, which is the brand new Grand Tour game. I actually got to play it the day that it dropped. It was a lot of fun to play. It's too bad I didn't, get any content on that because I would have uploaded it. But from what I played of it, it was very good. I really enjoyed it. Like I absolutely enjoyed the Grand Tour game. Loved it. I do plan on buying it in the near future. Exactly, and that's what I'm saying, and that's why Xbox is doing so well because if you guys don't know, Xbox does run through Microsoft. Microsoft is their main thing, and Microsoft is, if you guys know, one of the biggest companies in the world. Whether it be for programming, whether it be for technology-based stuff, whether it be for games, like all around, Microsoft has a major, major advantage over Sony. And not saying anything against Sony, I love Sony. They got a lot of good stuff. I actually, when I had a computer, I used to use Sony Premiere all the time for, editing videos. I absolutely love Sony for that. They got some good stuff. So shout out to Sony for sure. But, Microsoft at this point is actually the main competitor as far as, gaming, technology. Like they're constantly doing stuff. Believe it or not, dude, I do sleep at weird hours. And the reason for that is because my mom used to work as a waitress for like 40 plus years. And I used to always go to work with her and stuff, like, especially when we first moved here. If you guys don't know, when I first moved to Ohio, we were actually homeless for about 6 months to a year. So, I would always go to work with her. I'd crash in the back of the car, play games, watch movies, do whatever, hang out. And all of it was fun. I had fun, doing it because we always go to, little campsites and stuff. So, and it was fun, but, her doing waitressing and being up at night it kind of rubbed off on me over the years. So, I mean, I do sleep. It just depends on what I'm doing. Like, actually, believe it or not, I literally just woke up like not even 2 hours ago. So, like, I'm an early morning person. I like to get up early, get stuff going. But there are those days where you just like want to sleep in. And so, I mean, I do sleep in a lot of the times as well, depending on what I'm doing. Right, right. It does seem like only 2 hours, but it is actually longer than that. Like in the beginning, when I first started doing music, yeah, I was only sleeping like maybe 1, 2 hours a night because I was really pushing everything and doing what I had to do. But now, I'm back on a normal sleep schedule. I can literally sleep like whenever. So, like, but I mean, like I said, I mean, a lot of people do ask me, do I ever sleep? And the answer to that is yes, I do sleep. I have a weird sleep schedule at times. Because, like, unlike most people, and this is one misconception that, a lot of people have about artists or creators in general. They think that, like we do have a normal sleep schedule, but here's the facts though. Artists like myself, creators like myself, we don't think like normal people. Like, we're always thinking of ways, to create stuff. So even when we're asleep, we're constantly thinking of ideas, constantly coming up with stuff in our mind. And we're just like, like, I need to get up, I need to do this, I need to create this before I lose this idea. So imagine that every night when you go to sleep, you're always thinking like, hey, what can I do to make the next big thing? Like, what can I do that, will, be better than what I just did and this and that. Like you're constantly thinking, even when you don't want to think. It's like a switch that you just can't turn off. It's just constant. And believe me, it does suck. I hate it. Because even when I'm doing, chores around the house to help my family out, even though, I am going to be making money from that here starting today, like even when I'm doing boring stuff like that, I'm just like, damn, I'd rather be creating, this or doing this for this than sitting here doing this. Like it sucks. Like there's no stopping it. And like I said, dude, like the unwritten rules of like what I do for work is your typical shit. Like, be courteous to, people. Like I do, like most people think that I work a regular 9 to 5 job and this and that, or that I don't work at all. But the thing is, I do work, but I do odd jobs. I do like the odd jobs that, most people don't do. Like, I clean, I do dishes, I, do laundry, I break down boxes, I shovel snow, I do all kinds of shit. So, like, I'm that guy that does like the odd jobs, like the shit that you don't normally see people at my age doing. Because, most people at 28, they've already got jobs and houses, mansions, successful, like all that shit. But like I love doing odd jobs because you always get to meet not only new people, but you get to have fun with it a lot. Like it's not your typical boring 9 to 5 job. You're always doing something different. Oh man, I wouldn't necessarily call it a cult, so to speak. But if it comes down to like stuff in general, I would like to make things, better for people, like as far as like, the underground music scene goes. Like I would like to make it to where, people such as myself, who grew up, poor, who grew up as, special needs kids, so with that, I would like to make, those opportunities more available to people like that and make it to where they can actually become, successful, whether it be, in music, whether it be in gaming, whether it be, in filming, like no matter what they want to do, I want to be able to create opportunities for those people. Because I know what it's like to, be special needs because I grew up around special needs kids my whole life. I'm actually a special needs person myself, ADHD, half blind. I was born with one kidney, 1.5 lungs. Like, there's a lot that went into me doing what I do now. So I mean, it's hectic, but I get by. Oh man, if dude, that's actually an interesting question. If life were a video game, what cheat codes would I use? That's actually an interesting question because there's like so many answers I can come up with for that. Like, oh man, you put me on the spot with that one, dude. That's actually interesting. Oh man, some of the cheat codes I can honestly say would definitely be, a money hack where you can do, like different things and actually earn, big money from it. That would definitely be one. A cheat code would definitely be, I know this is gonna sound fucked up because I know there's a lot of you that work jobs, and I hope I don't get you guys fired for this, but there definitely needs to be a cheat code for knocking your boss the fuck out, especially if you hate him and just being able to get away with it. Like I said, I hope I don't get you guys fired for that, but that would definitely be one cheat code I would use. And definitely, like there's just so many cheat codes I could come up with just on the spot, like that I couldn't even name it all. But those are definitely a couple that I would definitely use. Definitely a money hack, being able to knock out your boss whenever the fuck you want and get away with it. Like that would definitely, I think that's one hack that I think we would all want, in life, is just to be able to knock our bosses the fuck out and just be like, fuck you, I quit. Oh man, the most imaginative insult. Oh man, like there's one in particular. It was actually a while back. It was actually when I was working with my brother Eric Scrubwell on the Virus album back in 2011, 2012. There was this dude that just kept bagging on us and bagging on us. And like I can't remember how it went exactly, but me and Eric were just destroying this guy like from the ground up because he kept talking shit. You know, he was one of those trolls that just loved to talk shit like constantly. He loved to run his mouth and say how he was better when he just didn't do anything with his life. Like there was this one insult or this one incident where he ran his mouth so bad that Eric just started going off on him, his whole family. I jumped in on it. I was like, yo, like this dude over here thinks he's hot shit, but ain't even got like a single video up. Like it was crazy. Like there's so many insults that I can come up with, but it also depends on the situation at hand. Like with Reborn Records, I could rip on those guys all fucking day long, like, and not even get tired of it. But for legal reasons, I'm not gonna rip on them because, they are, even though they are a scam, I don't want to legally get in trouble for that. Because you know how they get like, especially the fake labels, they love to try to sue and this and that and blah blah blah. And I'm trying not to go to jail again. I'd rather avoid that. Thank you very much. But like, there's a lot that I could do that I won't. There's a lot of insults I can say that I'm not gonna say on camera that could get me in trouble, and I'm not willing to get in trouble. Oh man, that's actually an interesting question. I have actually thought about that a lot. Like what it would be like to wake up 13 years ago. Like I'm trying to think. Oh man, 13 years in the past. What would I do? I would definitely tell myself, like, oh man, there's definitely a lot I would definitely change and do. Like, because I did some wild shit at a young age where, I was in that phase 13 years ago where, I thought, I knew everything. Like, your typical teenager, you think you know everything, but you don't. And, like, oh man, there's a lot that I would definitely, you know, say and do. Like, but I can honestly say I would definitely, have a lot more fun. I know this is going to sound cheesy, but I would definitely play a lot more of the video games that I grew up on. And I would definitely watch a lot more of the old school cartoons from before they went to complete shit. Like I would definitely go back and like watch all those and I would definitely try to get like a videotape or a DVD or something and like have all that stuff just burned on to like, several DVDs and just bring them back with me and just watch them whenever I want. Like, granted, I can go to YouTube now and do that, but those would definitely be a couple things that I would do. I would definitely get pictures of what life was like for me back then, to kind of show you guys, like, hey, this is what I was doing at this age, or this is where I was. This is what I grew up doing. Like, I would definitely have a lot of fun doing that. Like, there are times all the time where I wish I could go back in time to the 90s and just relive everything and just have fun as a kid again. But with my current memories and experiences, oh man, I would probably tell myself, be ready for, a lot of bad stuff, a lot of good stuff. Be ready for some hard times. Be ready for some good ones as well. I would definitely, spend a lot more time with my older brother who passed back in 2016 from lung cancer. I would definitely spend a lot more time with him, talk to him more and stuff like that. So there's a lot that I would do. Oh, what piece of tech do I hope that gets invented in my lifetime? Oh man, I've thought about that one so much over the last few years. Like, there's no way I can't think about that, because technology is constantly evolving. So one piece of tech that I would love to see be done in my lifetime, I would definitely say, I know it's kind of out there, but definitely being able to do like they're trying to do now, with when you die, your memories get stored on a chip and you actually, get to live longer. Like, I would definitely like to have, a piece of tech that allows you to, lengthen your lifespan. Like, we don't, none of us really wants to die. We all want to be able to live, that extra day, that extra second, that extra hour, that moment with family. Like, that's precious. Time is something that we don't all really have a lot of. And, by the time we realize that we're out of time, we're on our deathbed looking back on our life thinking, why did I do this, or why didn't I do that? I want to be able to say, hey, I lived this long because of this technology, and these are the things that I've learned in my lifetime. These are things that I've done in my lifetime that I enjoy. Like, I would love to have a piece of technology that extends, definitely extends human life, past what we normally pass away at, which is like, 80, 90, 100 years old. Like, I would love to have that extra year extended, just to have that split second more definitely means everything to a lot of people. Because if you can have that extra second with someone, that means the world to a lot of people, especially to me, man. Especially with my family. If you guys know me, you guys know that family means, everything to me, especially, my mom, my immediate family, my extended family. So, just being able to have that technology to, spend just that 1 second longer with them would definitely mean, everything to me. Like, I would definitely love to see that happen. Like, I think that'd be a really good piece of technology to, extend human life. Just that 1 second, or that one, day, that 1 month, that 1 year longer would just be incredible. Like I said, I know they're working on it. I don't know if it's, possible yet, but, who knows? In my lifetime, it could be. Oh man, one fact that I wish I never learned. Oh shit. One fact I wish I never learned would definitely be that my old high school principal was actually a racist. Like, she did not like white people at all. Because, obviously, her family comes from, a very rough background, with, the Martin Luther King riots and, all of that. So that's definitely one fact I wish I never learned, is that my, principal back in high school was a racist. And had I known she was, I would have, asked to be transferred to, a different school. But in a way, I'm glad I didn't, because I did make some amazing friends, and I'm still very close to this day. So it's kind of a win-lose situation. But like I said, guys, you guys can expect the Underground Gaming channel to be up, like I said, within the next few days and stuff, so you guys can be ready for that. Oh man, I would definitely say my arm that I actually tore the feeling in. As far as that goes, because if you guys don't know, back in like 2011, 2012, I actually took a nasty two-story fall off of North High School's balcony. I actually wound up splitting my head open, had to get 6 stitches, which I don't know if you guys can see, but like right there, I got like the scar from it. But when I did hit, my arm actually drove into the ground, and when it did, it actually completely destroyed all the feeling nerves in this arm. So I would definitely, replace this arm to have a mechanically, bionic one put in, like for sure. Because then I could actually sit there and say, hey, I can make the joke and say, hey, yo, I'm Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist. What's up? Even though I look nothing like him, I can sit there and I can make that joke because, I would have that mechanically, enhanced arm. I'd have that automail style arm, and then I can say, hey, you know, I actually am part cyborg. I'm part robot. Ooh. Oh man. You don't know how many times I've thought about that. Tomorrow, if tomorrow were to be the end of the world, what destroys us? Well, you gotta think logically. Like, you have to think logically about that. Because there's a lot that could destroy us, and there's a lot of stuff that we don't think about that, could destroy us. But right now, at this point in time, given the current state of, the countries, the world, the government, I would definitely say nuclear warfare would definitely be the most logical answer at this point in time, because of all the countries that have nukes. It just takes that one miss, communication step, and boom, we're fucked. We're done. And and expanding on that a little bit, I really don't think anybody really realizes that, if you look back at the Chernobyl incident of 1986, a lot of people don't realize that that could be our reality if this stuff going on with the world doesn't cease to a halt. We look at Chernobyl as, this incident that happened, it's whatever, but that could actually be us, in the very near future, if all this war and hatred just doesn't cease to stop. Like, that's our future. Like, that could happen to us. And a lot of people don't even realize that. All it takes is one screw up and we're done. It's like, boom, there goes the world. There goes, humanity because of one person misunderstanding what somebody else said. So, and that's what honestly I feel like what could and may very well, and could very realistically be the end of humanity if, this doesn't stop. Oh man, what historical figure would I like to have a chat with? Yeah. All right. Hey, hold that question. I'll be right back. I shall hold the dollar out. So give me just a minute and I will answer that as soon as I get back. But hold that question. That's actually a good one. What's up, y'all? I'm back for now. I had to let the dog out real quick. He's using the bathroom. But as far as historical figures go, there's actually a couple of them, and two of them are actually ancestors of my very own, of my family, and people kind of freak out at them both. But one would definitely be my ancestor who was George Washington's right hand man. Like he was the guy that was there on the battlefield with him. He was George's advisor. He was the guy that was like right there on the battlefield with them, telling him, "Hey, this is what needs to be done. This is what we can say. Do this or this." And the second would definitely be my ancestor, Jonathan Putnam, from the Salem witch trials. I would definitely love to, have a chat with him and kind of, figure out why he did what he did. I think that would definitely be interesting to see that. And believe me, I freaked out when I found out that my ancestor was Jonathan Putnam from the Salem witch trials of the 1600s. Like that was like mind blowing me because I had read about this guy in high school and growing up and never you know thought that this guy would be my ancestor. This guy I didn't even know would become actually my ancestor to my family. So that would definitely be interesting to have a conversation with those two for sure. Dog's back. Let me let him back in, then I'll answer some more questions for you guys. What's up, guys? I'm back. Had to let the dog back in. Oh man, how did I learn what it means to be a man? I definitely learned, obviously from my dad. Like, if you guys do or don't know, my dad was actually military. Well, ex-military now. He was actually, 82nd Airborne Division Staff Sergeant, United States Army. So I learned a little bit from him, but also I learned, just growing up and seeing how society, treats people like myself every day. Like I learned, that hey, I can't just sit there, and let people like myself go judged. Like I can't let them sit there and be judged the way that they get judged every day. So like, I definitely learned, throughout school and growing up, early on, just seeing society in the fucked up state that it is and how they treat, special needs people. I really learned, hey, like it takes a real man to stand up, for people like this because they get judged every day. They get ridiculed and pushed around and bullied and beaten and shunned upon every day by society. So, I really learned, what makes a real man is being able to stand up, for people like that and, becoming their voice, like I have, being able to say, hey, I'm the voice for these people. Like, we don't have that voice. So, in a way, like I said, I am the voice for the special needs community, especially with my music. I'm always talking about, very real subjects, like suicide, bullying, cyberbullying, harassment, rape, abuse. Like I talk about that stuff because those are real issues that nobody wants to talk about, that are the cause for a lot of, the way we get treated and why a lot of people, do end their lives. And so, it definitely takes a real man to be able to do that. But with that being said, guys, I am going to cut this live stream right here. As I said, you guys can definitely expect the brand new Underground Gaming channel coming within a few hours. I do thank you guys for, coming around, hanging out, checking out the live stream. It's always fun with you guys, always. Am I happy with the person I'm becoming? Definitely. I mean, there are some things that I would change, but nothing major. But, I definitely am happy with that. I'm happy with, who I've become as a person and, where I'm going. I'm very happy with it. But with that being said, I'm your boy Chance. And don't forget to check out my brand new channel, which I'll be dropping very soon on Facebook. And I will catch you guys in the next live stream later on in the morning, man. I hope you guys are having a good night, good morning, wherever you guys are at in the world. Much love to every single one of you guys. And as I said, be sure to check out the brand new Underground Gaming coming tomorrow. And I will see you guys later, man. Peace. Yeah, guys, I'm trying to end it right here, just being slow.